everybody. Oh, there you go. That's our community. How many people are here for the first time at Sustainable Brands? So that's a lot of people. I just want to take a few minutes to tell you a little bit about ourselves. Alvaro mentioned this is the 4th time that we've hosted Sustainable Brands in Rio. It's an important year for us because it is actually our 10th year in business. We launched Sustainable Brands in 2006 out of an observation of a series of crises that we face in the world today. We recognize that our planet cannot continue to deliver the natural resources that we require to maintain continuing growth into the 21st century as operating as business as usual. And we also realize that the pursuit of profit only has created not only environmental problems, but also social and economic problems around the world. And the result of that is that when we started, brands found themselves becoming less relevant in the world today. We found that business was seen as the enemy, and that the expectation was that governments and ONGs would be the institutions to solve all of our environmental and social problems. We had a different idea. We felt the world was stuck in a paradigm that was not healthy, and we thought, we don't know the answers, but maybe we have a better set of questions. And so we asked ourselves, what if we could change the way that we think about business? What if we could ask ourselves a new set of questions? For example, what if we thought of our environmental and social problems as innovation opportunities and actual opportunities for generating business growth instead of a drain or a weight on business? What if we could tap the power of brand and innovation to actually turn ourselves around and to begin to head ourselves in a direction toward a flourishing future and away from a future of destruction? What if we could actually make business the hero for the 21st century instead of the villain? And what if we could help businesses make our employees and our customers heroes as well? So that was 10 years ago when we started. And we started with just a small website and a single conference, maybe about the size of this, actually smaller than this. About 225 people gathered in New Orleans in our first year. Now, we actually have come such a long way. At the beginning of our journey, we set out to try to change the conversation and begin to help sustainability experts see themselves as a more strategic asset of their business, and to begin to talk about sustainability as a revenue growth and innovation driver instead of just a cost and a risk management play. Today, 10 years later, we actually have many, many examples of billion-dollar brands that have been developed in the world out of a social or environmental purpose. The book Green Giants was published in September, and it chronicles 9 examples of $1 billion companies. The author of this company actually was with us 2 weeks ago in San Diego and added another 9 companies to that list. So there are many, many examples now around the world of companies that are tapping social and environmental purpose to drive business value. And for Sustainable Brands, we've grown from that one little website now to operating actually on 6 continents. We are reaching over 1 million business innovators around the world each year. We have conferences like this running in 10 cities. We're a very diverse community, but we share one spirit and one purpose. And you can see some of the examples of the communities like yours who are meeting in gatherings like this around the world. This was last month in Cape Town, bringing nature back to bring ourselves back to being connected to nature, bringing young people into the conversation like we see here. In Barcelona, we're bringing actual sustainable brands to the community, as we are beginning to do somewhat here in Rio. We're bringing both large brands and small brands together to show both the power of scale that is possible with large companies, but also the power of innovation that is possible with social innovation and startups. We are talking about very serious topics, but we try to have a lot of fun along the way. In San Diego, as I said, we just celebrated our 10th year this last week. and we had almost 2,000 people in attendance. We had not only great content, but a lot of interactive exercises. We had the opportunity to test drive new vehicles. In our activation hub, we had hundreds and hundreds of people getting together to talk about solving problems and co-create solutions. Our innovation open, very similar to this, is identifying new innovators like the ones we're finding here today, which I'm excited to learn about. And we are bringing thought leaders together, but also giving ourselves time to be reconnected to nature and to be more mindful about the role that we individually play in this transformation that we're in process of activating on. So I recognize that this growth that we've seen would not be possible without actually a community coming together. And Alvaro and MCI are examples of key partners of ours that have brought this community together here in Rio. Our sponsors who are with us around the world, some of whom are here, who are also supporting us in other places. Our speakers who are coming together to share the things that they're learning and also to share their failures, because that's really where we learn the most. And I think the thing that is consistent around the world is that we are creating a community of courageous optimists. Courageous optimists are people who are willing to actually go out on a limb, to recognize that by going out on the limb, there may be danger, but that's really where the fruit is. They're willing to think in new ways and think differently. And they're willing to recognize that we are all human beings, that there is more that connects us than that divides us, and that none of us is as smart as all of us, and that if we help each other up, together we're going to change the world and leave a future that we are happy to leave to our children. So I'm very happy to have you here today. I'm delighted to be learning from you and to be sharing your stories with our communities in other parts of the world. And I promise that this is going to be a great couple of days. And I thank you very much for welcoming me and for teaching me what you're learning here.